a war going on. The books can't escape from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, I'm here, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Steam Show. Happy Valentine's Day. Hopefully, some of our lady viewers are here with me this morning on a special day here. Happy Valentine's Day to the fellas as well. Love you. Appreciate you. And want to say thank you for watching here as we get ready for the Morning Steam Show for Thursday, where are we at? Here today. We got a big weekend up upon us here, Friday, February 14th. Let me get the graphic up here. I'm a little slow. Hey, I took it easy this morning. We got a short show, right? We got college basketball to talk about. There we go. Friday, February 14th. And also, if I may take a moment, I just want to say happy birthday up in heaven to my mom, and miss you, Mom. And see if we can't get a little love there for my mom today. Hi, Mom. Happy birthday on February 14th. And Mom would have been 78. Oh, all right, let's have a great day. Hey, I don't know what's taken me so long to get on the air. We've only got a few games to talk about here today with our college basketball. Guess what else starts today? College baseball, if you're into that sort of thing. Division 1, Division 2's already started. Division 3 starts this weekend as well. So got some teams in action. We pay a little bit of attention to college baseball here, mostly when we get to the postseason. But another sport starting up here. We're kind of desperate today. There's some soccer on the pitch as well. Friday fixtures today, including Chelsea at Brighton. Also, at Serie A and La Liga features action in Mexico tonight, including my Tijuana Xolos taking on Juarez. This evening, also a Bundesliga match and a French League match coming up, also just underway. Nice match here. Iga in action against Ostapenko in Doha. And I don't know, what else can we talk about today for just maybe an hour or so? We did have great action last night. Hopefully you guys joined us over on Kick, where we're working on something special, however long it lasts. We were watching last night, of course, the Four Nations tourney. How about USA destroying Finland in that third period? They just kept getting stronger and stronger. The Kachuk brothers combined for 4 goals, and the United States wins 6-1. Shame on me trying to go against Team USA, thinking Finland would even have a chance. But nonetheless, we did have the show on last night. We were talking hockey there. Of course, we got USA versus Canada tomorrow, second round game. Finland versus Sweden as well, but everybody looking forward to USA versus Canada at the Four Nations Cup. That's what we wait. That's what we're here for, really. USA versus Canada. Good luck to those other two teams, but this is what the tournament was kind of designed for, I think, here in North America, and that'll have to be the feature right now as the NBA goes on All-Star break here as well. So it'll be a bit of a little bit of a respite. Get your Major League Baseball studying in as well. I did mention the college baseball, so I don't know if you guys are that interested, but I am, and there's some top teams in action here. In fact, number one, Virginia, or at least the favorite to win the national championship, Virginia is in underway here, and probably the featured matchup of the day at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, as they take on Michigan today. They're about a 350 favorite. There's a lot of good action. Some of the games being played at the Major League Stadium in Texas. There's some at the spring training facility in Arizona. There's some real featured matchups here today. I think the other good matchup, Oregon State taking on Xavier here today, but other games include the first one, at least on the betting board, probably about 14 or 15 top betting games today in college baseball. Oklahoma State versus Clemson, Irvine versus Nebraska, Arizona versus Ole Miss, Indiana versus UNLV, Texas versus Louisville, TCU versus San Diego, University of San Diego. So some action tonight. There's also a little bit of golf. There was racing last night at Daytona. I'll go anywhere for you guys here to get some betting action. They had the qualifying races yesterday. Bubba Wallace won that first race, and then Austin Cindric got the second win in those twin qualifiers. So, all right, what are you guys talking about today? There was also some golf yesterday over, and man, the conditions were tough out at Torrey Pines. Played in the rain, basically. Some really bad scores over there. 4 under leads it for Denny McCarthy. Patrick Rogers shot 3 under. Scotty Scheffler leads a big group of players at that shot 70 yesterday. Also, Live Golf. Patrick Reed hole in one yesterday, but Live Golf actually is in prime time down under if you're interested in that event. Let me say hello to the folks, see if I can drum up any kind of sports action today. But mostly just hanging out with you guys, it feels like. Twisted, good morning. He's not ready. He's not afraid to fire on our card here today with action there in college basketball. Why not take a look at some of these games? I think I've got about 8 of the games up there, maybe half the card I'll look at or preview here as our show. Good morning, everybody. Like this video, subscribe to our channel. Sports Money here on YouTube. Thank you, Thomas. Ready to go for a day here. Joe W is here today. Blue is here. And Johnny Walker here waiting at the tables. Ready to shuffle up and deal. Bobby Mack is here looking for action. Jermaine as well. And who else is going to join us today? Fernando's ready to get started in A-League or whatever they call it now. J-League, A-League there. Also, good morning to, let's see, that's it for you guys so far today. So we're at the All-Star break in the NBA and the Four Nations break, if you want to call it that, in the NHL. So we'll just have college basketball. I'll do a little commercial here real quick. We can just get that out of the way and get rolling with our college basketball previews. We won't stick around long today. And, of course, tomorrow we'll have a great day of college basketball and Four Nations action and UFC as well. Tomorrow we're in the Apex tomorrow for action, and you can get caught up with your fight previews with us here at the Sports Money Network. We've got fights previewed right now up here on the videos tab and the live tab. Our live programming this week with me and VB's MMA picks brought to you by SX.bet. We had our previews of the fight card for the Apex, including that main event between Cannonier and Rodriguez. And then under the videos tab, we have First Strike as the boys previewed 4 big fights for this weekend's card. You had Fanatical Jim, you had Sub, you had Jeff, you had Mikey Money, and they previewed their favorite plays on the card this Saturday. So make sure you join us here for our fight coverage at I want to say it's I want to say the coverage gets underway at 4:10 Eastern, 1:10 Pacific. So I think they'll be on a little bit before that, certainly for the card this weekend over there at the Apex here in Las Vegas. So make sure you check those out and get started on your MMA coverage today as well. All right, let's get that commercial out of the way so I can tell everyone how they can get more plays from me if they want. I was getting roughed up a bit in college basketball last night, but we did have some winners in the NBA last night, including premium pick winner Kings and Pelicans game to go over. Hey, we had the Pelicans here on the show yesterday. So did Mikey Money for a little Mikey Money consensus there yesterday. We also had on the show, we swept the show picks in the NBA. We had Golden State yesterday as our pick here on the show. And we also had the Dallas Mavericks against the Miami Heat here on the show yesterday. And also, our show pick yesterday was the consensus winner, Oklahoma City and Minnesota game to go under yesterday there. And I had the Clippers and Utah over. Now, that needed overtime. I needed to get a little lucky, but I did go yesterday 5-0 here on the show. I'm trying to promote my picks over at winnable.com, but I just told you about 5-0 here on the show in the NBA yesterday. So hopefully that was satisfactory because I'm trying to make excuses for a little bit of a clunker there in college basketball, but you can get my plays. And this is where you're going to find my college baseball plays this season. College baseball will be as available. You know what I mean? When we get to baseball season, we'll have a little bit more as we run up to the postseason in college baseball, but those plays are going to be under the free subscriptions over at winnable.com when I send those out. Maybe it'll move to the paid once we get into the College World Series or something, but for the most part, that'll be free selections over at winnable.com. I have a free package over there. I send out my favorite plays every day that aren't behind the paywall or on the show, because all I do is sit here and kind of watch all this stuff. So please check me out over there at winnable.com. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off premium pick packages. $4 a day, $8 a week, $19.95 a month. If anybody subscribes today on a really slow day, I'll extend it. If you're a new subscriber for the first time, or maybe if you haven't been on there in a while, whatever. I scrutinize all the subscriptions. There's not enough that, they just roll by. We're not rolling in the picks here, but we've got a few dozen of you for sure, and well over 100 of you on those free subscriptions. So please subscribe to those. They're not very intrusive. You can just turn on or off the notifications. If you want to check it out whenever you want to check it out, you can do that. The Winnable app, it has a bunch of handicappers on there, really. You can go through and look at the other ones, too. They got a bunch of fancy graphics and everything, but just going to get straight info from me, picks every day, over at winnable.com/Ramon. Thanks a lot for listening to that. Here's the address. You can go over there. Like I said, when you subscribe over there, you call it up. There's a free subscription, and I'll give you plays there every day. Usually things like tennis, maybe women's 3-on-3 basketball, stuff like that. And of course, the subscription packages in some of the major sports. But when you go over there, it pops up on screen on your phone or your computer as well. Looks like that. You can pay for it, Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit card, things like that, processed by Stripe, which is a totally legitimate payment processor that charges appropriately and everything like that. So appreciate you listening to that. Use that promo code STEAM. All right, let's go to our coverage for today in college basketball. We did have some winners yesterday we can claim. All right, Phil Eagle Flyer, good morning. Hello. Jermaine likes USA, I believe, in the game against Canada. Wait, no, that can't be right. Oh, maybe that's oh boy. And Sharon, hello, good morning. Looking for my ladies in the chat today on Valentine's Day. All right, let's get rolling here with our coverage today. I think, like I said, I've selected 7 or 8 games today. We won't be here long. We'll just preview some, give out some picks, and go on about our day. Get ready for a big college basketball weekend. Columbia taking on Dartmouth to start us off here in this one. Ivy League action today with Dartmouth. A slight favorite here by 2 tonight, and the total here is 161. Seen some of these Ivies here with some big numbers this season so far. Some people say the Ivy Leagues are going over a big time right now. Dartmouth comes in having won their last 2 games overall, wins against Harvard and this Columbia team just a couple of weeks ago. It was 95-89 in that one, as Dartmouth got the win and the cover as a 4-point dog in this one. And I see over on that men's match that was going on, Zizhen Zhang had to retire after the first set. That was a real bummer because he was taking on Zizou Bergs, and that had to be the most Z's ever in a professional tennis match. 5 Z's in the names of Zizou Bergs and Zizhen Zhang. All right, I'm desperate today for material. All right, let's see what you have here talking about Dartmouth and Columbia. And this one, Dartmouth's been the better cover so far. They're 12-6 against the spread, 7-3 against the spread in their last 10. They've beaten Columbia in 6 of the last 7 games here at Dartmouth. Dartmouth won 4 of their last 5 at home, and Dartmouth has won 6 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams. Columbia has gone over in 7 of their last 10 games on the road, or this season, I believe. Let's see, I have them at 4-2-1 this year to the over, so that's about a little bit stretched back in sample size back to last season. Columbia is just 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games, and 2-5 against the spread on the road. But let's see what you have, because I kind of like Columbia in this one to win the game maybe here. Let's go to the chat. Hopefully you guys are ready for a little Ivy League action today. It's just that Columbia is really struggling in conference play, but does feel like the sharp side a little bit right now. They had lost 7 straight conference games until they beat Brown last time out. But Dartmouth hasn't been that much better, although they have won 3 of their last 4 in conference here. See what you have. Maybe Dartmouth looks on the cheap. Spoons is on Dartmouth here. Good morning to Justin. Sports money is money. Blue likes the over here. Robert likes the over as well in this one. All right. There won't be a lot of opinion, I guess, here. I'm going for an upset. I'm going to take Columbia here to beat Dartmouth. They finally won a game last time out. They beat Brown. They didn't even cover in that game, but they did win. And Twisted's with me. We're just gonna take a shot with Columbia here. It feels like they've been struggling, no doubt, but all right. Let's move on to another one here on Friday with Quinnipiac taking on Sacred Heart. Here today, you got Sacred Heart at home in this one. They're a favorite here by 2.5. Looks like a bit of a discount here. I have the line wrong. I mean, can I even do a show right at this point on a week card Friday that I have the favorite wrong here and just put it on the wrong. I just put it on the wrong team, you guys. In fact, it's 3 though. I had 2.5 there. Oh, I must have just typed in the wrong game because the total is definitely 157. Sorry about that, gang. Man, we can't have a nice show here because I can't get the graphics right. You guys are already making fun of me in the chat probably for bad graphics and bad info. All right. Yeah, I'm on. I see some comments already coming in on Quinnipiac. Oh, man. Here's Blue already on Quinnipiac, and here's Thomas on Quinnipiac. I was going to come all in here and tell you all about my Sacred Heart pick today. I'll probably be against you here. I think I'm already committed to Sacred Heart in this one, in this one with Quinnipiac today. Quinnipiac just 2-4 against the spread. Their last 6 games on the road. They have won 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams, but Sacred Heart comes in the hot team right now on a winning streak. Wins over Fairfield and Ryder. They covered both of those games, beat Fairfield on the road 77-71 last time out. Quinnipiac is just 4-9 against the spread on the road so far this season. Sacred Heart is 2-7 to the under at home this season. So, you guys are pretty staunch there on Quinnipiac. Maybe I'll just back off of my pick here and go to the total. I don't want to upset a good thing. Good morning to Nuke here today. And Twisted said, Ramon, it's more about the head-to-head here. It was 83-73 back in December. Quinnipiac won and got the money. Good morning to Tyrone here today. So maybe I'll just pivot a little bit real quick. I don't want to get into a tussle with my favorite chat here. I think the Sharps are going to be on Quinnipiac, like you guys. Trevaine's on the under here in this one. All right, Matt D, hello. And Joe W with the obvious angle here. With Sacred, I'm going to take Sacred Heart. I'll go against the chat if I have to here in this. We don't have many games. Not gonna. A lot of times, I just bet it. If the chat likes it and I haven't made the pick yet, and I pivot to the total and I just bet it privately. Robert's against me too. Matt's going under. So that's fine. That's fine today. I'll take Sacred Heart plus the points in this one. They are the better covering team this season. I respect the head-to-head matchup. Not like I said, not only the 10-point game earlier, but Quinnipiac has had the better of the series for sure. But Sacred Heart about as good as they can get right now. It feels like I said with this winning streak. Not only did they beat Fairfield and Ryder, they beat Manhattan. Didn't cover in that one, but they did win against Niagara and cover. They covered against Canisius. So they're playing better here right now. Sacred Heart running up a little bit of a streak. Taking a look at the standings in the MAAC here currently. Quinnipiac 10-3 currently. Sacred Heart doing a nice job at 7-5. Quinnipiac 1 game behind Merrimack. I think Merrimack is taking some steam here right now. And we got to preview that one going up against Manhattan. There it is right now. I knew it. I don't give myself enough credit. Right now, the steam just popped up. I saw the screen light up red with Merrimack, and I'm like, where's the steam? Where's the steam? And there it is. Take a look at Merrimack right now. We're going to preview it here, but they are moving from a 2-point favorite to a 3-point favorite right now. Merrimack is taking the steam here against Manhattan right this second. There. Oh man, Thomas says Quinnipiac is a consensus play. I'm already against the consensus, me and Joe W. also. So we're going, Joe W. and I are going against the consensus here. All right, and so that'll be interesting. So yeah, Merrimack is getting steamed here right now in the game against Manhattan tonight in that big MAAC, the other big game in the MAAC. Marist also in action against Siena. That won't be easy for Marist, I would think, tonight on the road. So that steam just in. Also, moments ago, Penn was taking steam here against Yale. Penn was getting 17 and a half, but they're down to 16 and a half here right now. It looks like Penn is taking steam in their matchup against Yale today. That one just kind of came across as well. All right, Tyrone also. So we got three going against the consensus here today. All right, let's next up. St. Louis is on the road here, taking on Loyola Chicago. In this one, we got nice, we get to look at a few different teams here today. This one's on ESPN2 at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific. Loyola Chicago comes in 15 and 9. St. Louis comes in at 14 and 11 in this one. And let's look at some of the numbers with these two coming in. St. Louis has lost two straight right now coming in. They lost to Mason and they lost to St. Joe's here in A10 play right now. You look at the standings currently. St. Louis 7 and 5 currently. Loyola Chicago 6 and 5. These are the only two teams in action tonight in the A10. St. Louis is not very good against the number for sure. 8 and 15 ATS, but Loyola Chicago has been a big disappointment as well. They're just 4 and 10 against the spread, 5 and 11 against the spread as a favorite. However, they have been covering a few here of late. Finally, they've won and covered 3 of their last 4. They also covered against Mason in a 5-point loss, getting 6 points. So Loyola has been just a little bit better of late than St. Louis feels like spread-wise here. So if you have a pick, you can go ahead and make it now in this one between St. Louis and Loyola of Chicago, A10 play here tonight. Loyola still has won 19 of their last 23 games at home, and they're just a modest little favorite here. St. Louis has gone under in 5 straight road games. They're 5 and 18 to the under this season. Loyola Chicago's gone under in 8 of their last 11 games at home. The total here is at 140 right now, up from a low opener of 137.5 at Bet Online, but most of the openers were closer to this number right now. St. Louis has covered 4 out of the last 6 meetings between the two teams. This is the first meeting of the season here for these two. And let's see what we've got. Blue took Yale in that game. He laid 19. Blue doesn't always get the best of it, only sometimes. Spoons is on St. Louis in this one. And Jermaine took Penn in that game against Yale, it sounds like. Jermaine's on St. Louis. Twisted is on St. Louis, but Thomas is on Loyola Chicago here. Good morning to Curtis. Thank you, Curtis, for all of your support always. And Blue likes the under here. Thomas likes the under, and Robert likes Loyola here, playing the slightly better ball here. All right. I'm with Robert. I'll try St. Louis here at home to get this one. What am I saying? Loyola here. I'm taking Loyola. Make it clear against St. Louis. Next up is from the MAC. Ohio and Kent In this one, you've got Kent favored here by 5.5. Total 145.5 in this one from the MAC today. Taking a look currently at the MAC standings here, Ohio at 7-4. You're not going to catch the top two teams here, of course, with Akron and Miami of Ohio, but Kent is just right behind them at 6-5. This is the only game in the MAC tonight. See what I did there? Kent is 10-7-1 against the spread as a favorite. Ohio not good on the road, 3-10 against the spread on the road, but Kent just 4-7-1 against the spread at home. So maybe Kent's been a little bit better of a cover this season. Ohio is just 9-14 ATS. Kent is actually 11-9 against the spread overall. Kent is 9-2 straight up the last 11 games at home against Ohio. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Although Ohio has gone over in 4 of their last 5 games on the road, they're 9-4 to the over on the road this season. And Kent, even though they are 7-15 to the under this season, they are 7-5 to the over on the at home. So let's see what you guys have here, because I have a feeling that I'm going to end up throwing the series history out the window and think that this one's probably going over. Let's see what you got, though, here with Ohio and Kent. Thomas is on Kent, Blues on Kent, Twisted's on Kent. That's going to end up being Thomas is on the under, but I'm going over. I'm going over as my play here on the morning steam. Kent feels almost like a consensus play from you guys here in this one. And good morning to AYOD here today. Thank you for coming by. All right, give me the over in this one with Ohio and Kent. Yeah, these two go under pretty much every time they play, but you look at some of these Ohio road games right now, it looks like so far it could go over this number. The Bowling Green game went for 167 last time out. And the game against Miami of Ohio did finish just short of this number. But there are certainly some other Ohio games that had some numbers, that were, I don't know, north of 100, almost at 160 points so far this season. Let me see. Even recently on some of these road games, the Eastern Michigan game went for 181. The Akron game went for 172. The game against Buffalo, 167. All right. See what we got here. And number 2 consensus there, apparently, with Kent State. Had to be. You guys, 3 votes right out of the box, although Robert did come in on Ohio here late. But 3-1. Okay, let's do it. There you go. Consensus play for Kent State from our chat. So, we could go through 130 games on a Saturday and not get one consensus, but here on a Friday with some of the worst games on the board, you guys are all about it. I got to respect that. All right, here we go. Princeton and Brown here with more action from the Ivy Leagues. Didn't take a peek yet at those Ivy League standings, but right now, Princeton here 5-2. Brown just 2-5. Yale leads, of course. Princeton, Xavier Lee. We got to talk about him every time, pretty much. I mean, he's the biggest star, it feels like, in the Ivy League. Princeton 16-6 coming in. Brown is 10-10 currently. Princeton won their last 2 games against Penn and against Brown. They haven't really been covering. Penn is often over or Princeton is often overvalued. It feels like right now, even with a 16-6 record, they're just 6-14 against the spread overall. So usually just favored by too many points here, even maybe against a Brown team that is 6-4 as an underdog against the spread so far this season. Brown has won 4 of their last 6 at home. They did cover against Columbia by a half a point last time out. The loss here to Princeton or at Princeton back 2 weeks ago was 69-49. Princeton crushed them and covered 7.5 points. Princeton's won 12 of their last 14 games on the road. They've gone 8-2 against the spread their last 10 games here at Brown over the last 10 years or so. 6 of the last 8 years here at Brown, the game has gone under. So let's see what you might do here in this Ivy League matchup with Princeton and Brown. Go to the chat here. I know what I'm doing, but we'll see what you got going here. I'll just start to comment on it, but let's see. We've got blue on Princeton. Thomas is going to go Brown and over. Sharon, Brown first half. Thomas says, I'm going to go Princeton after all. Maybe they're the better team. It's just that they're usually favored by too many points. You might think here, though, now it could be here's Noli. I don't need to go any further. Robert's on the under, too. I'm on the under for sure in this game. Probably should be a premium, really, but I'll take the under here on the show. Princeton is 17 and Princeton is 7-13 to the under so far this season. 3-6 to the under on the road. Brown is 3-7 to the under as an underdog. This one's already gone from, what is it now? I have 140 there, but it's 138 now. So you can see how long ago maybe I typed in these numbers. Down to 138 here. So we've lost a little value. So maybe we'll make it our play here on the show. Give me the under. You guys got some other plays here. Let's look at them. Oh, thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer, for some soccer today. I'll be desperate for some action, so I'll find some soccer to play. Jermaine on the under here as well. Twisted Brown money line, it looks like there. Maybe Twisted likes the over in this one. And AUD says, and when Noli stops by to get his under in, you got to respect it. I was already on the under. Don't let it think just because Noli comes in here with his patented unders. Mugga. How about Mugga? How about the Prime Minister of India? He scared me there. He said, well, when you've got MAGA, Make America Great Again, and you've got Make India Great Again with MIGA, pause, and then he said, when you combine those two, you've got MEGA. All right. I watched a press conference last night with Modi and Trump. I was having a thrilling night after I got off with the guys on Kick. Got to stop by that Kick show, you guys, if you have time. Kick is a platform. We take it for granted. I think you guys know. Kick is a platform just like YouTube and all these. It's a little smaller. It's made for mostly video gaming, but they do tout that they kind of cater to sports betting or sports fantasy too, if you will, and video games about sports. So we're doing some programming over there and pushing the envelope a little bit. So if you have time, you have to go to kick.com or use their app. Make sure you type in sports money, put your notifications on, and also Razor Sharp Picks. Razor does an incredible job producing that show. It's really unique. There's nothing like it right now, I promise you, over on Kick. As Razor would say, my new thing is just mimicking Razor when he says that every time on the subscribers. I love that. All right. I think that's it from you guys on this one. Give me the under with Princeton and Brown. Man, are we almost through this card? I'm going to be so lonely without you here on Valentine's Day. UCLA and Indiana got a good one here tonight, at least here in the Big Ten feature. UCLA favored by 2, 139, and UCLA is definitely favored by 1.5 or 2 here. It's gone up. UCLA taking a little bit of action here in this one. Maybe maybe find a few winners from last night, since there was a little bit of play out west there. I just didn't have that many. So, but Mikey had a really great day, man. He had Northeastern over Campbell. He had Wilmington over Charleston. He had the under in Jacksonville State and Sam. I had a premium pick winner, Texas State and UL Monroe yesterday. And premium pick winner, Grand Canyon, Tarleton State under. But I had a not a great college basketball day. We did have here on the show Abilene Christian over Seattle. I had a premium pick winner with Tennessee Martin over Edwardsville. We had a winner on the show here, Liberty of New Mexico State under. Mikey had a winner last night, Florida International and UTEP under. I think that was on the Kick show, actually. And he also had Idaho State and Montana over. So Mikey really, really good with his college basketball totals right now. I said it yesterday. I said it again tonight. Also, we did have a premium pick winner, Wagner and Lemoyne game to go over, Chicago State and Fairleigh Dickinson to go under. And let's go. There we go with the UCLA game here, favored by 2, 139.5 here in this one. I think handicappers are going to be pretty much split down the middle. Now, it's been UCLA that's been hot, but they did end up losing, of course, that last game to Illinois, 83-78 the other night. They did get the number, though, on the road. So they've been covering here big time of late, have the Bruins ever since Coach Cronin ripped into them. They've been getting the money. They've been winning games and getting the money. Indiana was on a losing streak until they shocked Michigan State last time out. We had Indiana in that game, plus the points, snapping their losing streak. Even though they lost those consecutive games, they were covering spreads in those games as a big dog. They're not getting a lot of public attention, it feels like, because of the situation with Coach Woodson, 1 foot out the door, basically. All right. Do you have a play tonight in this one? Let me know with the featured game of the night. Let's face it, with UCLA and Indiana here. UCLA has gone over in 9 of their last 11 games on the road right now. UCLA just 2-5 against the spread their last 7 games on the road. Indiana is 9-6 at home against the spread. They've gone over in 4 of their last 5 games at home overall, but the trends say over. To me, the matchup says stone dead under. Maybe I'm looking at it, kind of strange here. Indiana's gone under in 3 straight. I know the sharps handicappers are going to be on the under here. I have a solid suspicion that under is going to be a hot play by the handicappers today. Let's see here what you guys think. UCLA and Indiana. Here is blue on UCLA. Tyrone is either going to UCLA, he's going to be attending Westwood, he's either going to the game or he's picking UCLA. And let's see, Thomas likes Indiana. Redbeard, hello Redbeard. Redbeard's been hanging with us over on Kick. Thank you, Redbeard. Also, I'm going to take the Hoosiers, twisted on Indiana as well. And see there. Oh, Twisted's ready to go there with I think the weekend action there on. Yesterday's Wilmington game, right? Was that what it was? Robert likes Bruins and under here. Oh, maybe Twisted is talking about his weekend games already. Thanks, Twisted. All right. And Nuke likes the over here in this one. Interesting. Tyrone liking the Bruins here. All right, I'm gonna have to go against Nuki. I'm gonna go with Robert. At least we got a split opinion here for sure. Indiana feels like a little bit of the favored team there in the chat, but just by a few there. Yeah, with Tyrone, he says he's taking UCLA. It's close, but it feels like maybe the Bruins are a little bit of the pick from the chat, but I'm taking the under here in this one. Okay. Okay, yesterday's action. Thank you. All right. I'm running out of games here. Um, But I'm going to take a look at this one with Wright State and Wisconsin Milwaukee here. This one, Milwaukee is 16-9 after all, looking pretty good right now. You take a look at currently the standings in the horizon, and right now Cleveland State 12-3, 2-game lead here. Milwaukee is at 9-5. Wright is 7-8 coming into this one. Wright is coming in off of a win over IU Indianapolis. They covered 10 points, winning by 18 last time out. These teams aren't anything too special covering the number. Wright State just 3-7-1 ATS on the road. Milwaukee has failed to cover in 7 of their last 10. If anything, they've gotten a few covers here at home, but Milwaukee just has failed to cover in 3 straight, including a loss at Cleveland last time out, 77-60 as a 1-point dog. So let's see here if anything in this one. Wright State at Wisconsin, Milwaukee. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams at Milwaukee have gone under, but 4 of the last 5 overall have gone over. So long term at Milwaukee under, short term against each other over. Milwaukee is 13-2 in their last 15 games at home, and Milwaukee's covered 6 of the last 7 years here in Milwaukee. See what you have in this one. Go to the chat here on our Valentine's Day college basketball card. All right. In the chat, it's blue on Milwaukee. Twisted on Milwaukee. Thomas is on Milwaukee. And Robert's on, everybody loves Milwaukee here. Oh, man. Okay. Thomas has another pick there. He's got Iona. Thomas also, he's on the over here in this one. Milwaukee's a consensus play. Wow. Okay. Milwaukee here, consensus, third consensus. I'll pivot here. I'm going to go under. I think that's going to be against the chat here, but I am taking the under in this one with Wright State and Wisconsin, Milwaukee. All right. And here's another one, another Milwaukee. So lots of Milwaukee support. So I'll just maybe I'll roll with the consensus tonight and take it. And I'll take the under, though, as my play with Wright and Milwaukee. Oh, man, we've only got one game. Maybe I should go back and do all those other games we didn't talk about because we're going to be done in 1 hour on today's show. But, hey, let's just take a little break after all. From college, big day tomorrow. Just relax, and I'm celebrating getting a driver's license yesterday. Boy, was that exciting! Nevada driver's license. I drive, but I didn't have a Nevada driver's license. And shocker here, Nuke, I almost failed the eye test. The lady said, when you come in next time in 8 years, you're going to need your glasses. I've already complained to you guys. I can't see now a little bit, and that proved it. I've got three of the numbers wrong, and I guess you could only get three wrong or something like that. Maybe she lied. I don't know. I looked at those things and I did not know what I was looking. I was looking at three lines. Was it a three, an eight, a five? I have no idea. But somehow I read the numbers correctly and they gave me a driver's license. All right. All right. Twisted's on Nevada. Thomas is on San Jose State, and I didn't even go with a preview yet of this one. Nevada 14-10 coming in. San Jose State 12-14. You guys have your opinion kind of ready here. Of course, Nevada's the hotter team coming in with a 3-game winning streak right now. They covered with ease in those games. It felt like they smashed Fresno. They smashed. Thomas said, you know what? I kind of got perturbed, actually, Thomas, when the man I was with a lady, and the man, I heard him say, Mr. Magoo. And I kind of took offense to that, but I was laughing, actually. Daddy Beats, good morning. Nuke's lying. Nuke is not telling the truth here. You can see his laughy face there at the end, the emoji there at the end. Fernando, you're right. It's all been about the computers in my eyesight for the last who knows how many years. I originally got distance classes when I was a poker dealer, and I couldn't read the board, the player board. And I wanted, I always want to know the name of the player coming over. I couldn't see the long distance. Robert likes Nevada and over here. San Jose State, of course, is one of the best spread teams in the country. They are 18-5 against the spread this season. They're 8-1-1 against the spread in their last 10, 10-3 against the spread at home, and 12-3 against the spread as an underdog. However, Nevada has won 8 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams. Still, Nevada just 2-5 against the spread on the road. So Nevada usually just favored by too many here. They are hot, no doubt about it, and looking pretty strong. Now, to be fair, I don't think they're going to end up getting anywhere in the standings at this point. Both teams are mediocre. Nevada 6-7, San Jose State 5-9. But like I said, San Jose State usually getting plenty of points, and that's what's made them so lethal so far this season as one of the best spread teams in the country. They have started to give some back here of late. They have lost 2 straight. They actually covered against the Aztecs the other night. We had them against the Aztecs because the Aztecs can't cover any spreads. They're lucky to come all the way back just to win those games, it feels like. So, all right. Well, you know who I'm on tonight. You got to take San Jose State here in this one. They're kind of a covering machine for the most part. And not much from you guys. Like I said, Robert's on Nevada and over. Blue was on San Jose State. And I think that is the morning steam show. You guys watched last night. We were talking about it on Kick, the big women's game last night between UCLA and USC. Did you see it? Juju Watkins. She might not win the player of the year, but she's my player of the year. Man, she had some big numbers last night in a wild game, as it was number 1 undefeated team in the country. UCLA going against the number 6 team last night in USC. USC jumped out to a lead, but then UCLA opened the second half on a 10-0 run to take the lead. But USC came all the way back and smashed them in the fourth quarter to get the win and the cover last night in an under with one of the best games of the year, a wild game. USC winning over UCLA last night in a great women's game. All right, I guess that's it for the morning steam. Really appreciate you guys being with me here. No ladies stopped by on Valentine's Day. So guess that's just going to be the way it goes for me today. It's going to be lonely. All right, thanks, everybody. Let's do the drawing and see what we got. Thomas is telling us to do it. All right. Robert's romancing there. Good luck tonight. And Phil Eagle Flyers off on his own tangent. Okay. Hey, everyone, check me out. Get more plays from me over at winnable.com/Ramon. I'm going to have some plays there today. Maybe even some college. I've been reading about college baseball all morning. It was so slow, so it was a little slow. So I was looking at the upcoming season. There's some other top teams out there like LSU, Texas A&M, Tennessee, Arkansas, Florida State, some of the best teams in college baseball this season. All right, let's go to the drawing and see who's going to get our consensus parlay today. There we go. Let's see who wins it. C-Man, Noli, Matt, Joe, Sharon, Justin, Spoons, Nuke, Twisted, AOD, Curtis, Nasty. Of course, it's our all-time leader in qualified contest drawings. Jermaine, 34. I never say 34, but all right. Good luck to Jermaine with our plays there today. Thank you, everybody, for having some fun with me today. It wasn't, our typical show, but we just had a little fun today. Join me over at winnable.com, you guys. Get more plays from me. Click that QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen to go over to my winnable page. I've got one last Steam. We didn't have hardly any Steam, did we? Did one or two come in, I think? Well, here's one more to send you off and see if you like it. Remember, we disagreed there in the Quinnipiac Sacred Heart game. You guys went with Quinnipiac. I went with Sacred Heart. The Steam is coming in right now on the over in that game. Trickcha at 158 right now. It's all the way up to 158 and a half, 159 here at the Stations Casino. Here, one of my favorite, probably my favorite app right here. My favorite app here in Las Vegas is the Stations app. That's the one I kind of it just seems like that's what I do the most betting on, the Stations app up there. It's nice little their betting app here in Las Vegas. So Steam coming in on the over, and they've got it at 159. It says here from the service. So I'll just double check it to make sure that it's right on in that one with Sacred Heart. And there it is, 159. That might be a market high right there. 159. Oh, here's another one. Real quick, let's talk about St. Louis. St. Louis and Loyola Chicago. I went with Loyola Chicago here on the show. The Steam's coming in on the over right now in that one with St. Louis and Loyola Chicago. It was 140, but it's going up to 141 and a half, juice to the over at Bet Online. It's probably going to 142 right now. I don't know if that's the right move. Those two teams, I mean, we previewed it, right? We talked about a bunch of unders with St. Louis and Loyola Chicago this year, respectively. But the Steam right now from the Sharps, I guess, is coming in on the over in that one. All right, gang, appreciate everything. And Redbeard ready for college softball season as well. SEC softball, terrific. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Redbeard. Thank you, Nuke. Thank you, everybody in the chat, all my friends. Maybe I was just waiting for the women to come around, but they're probably all busy with their dates. Thanks a lot, everybody. Catch you tomorrow, more morning Steam, 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific. Don't forget Mikey Money comes along tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. Hopefully he'll find a few games on this card to preview. We'll give him half a show off if he wants. And also, don't forget our companion coverage tomorrow of UFC. We'll be on before then, but if you don't come around on the weekends, one more Steam play here. Columbia and Dartmouth is being steamed to the under here right now. Dartmouth does show some tendencies to the under for sure. Steam is coming in 161 and a half down already to 160, maybe even 159 by the time 159 and a half by the time this one stops, because Bet Online is already at 160 under minus 115. All right, I'm trying to get off the air here, but passing along a little bit. Redbeard's ready for Daytona. Thank you to Bobby Mack. Markel, how are you? Hello, Markel. Thanks, you guys. That's it. Catch you tomorrow. Like I said, don't forget companion coverage of UFC tomorrow. And don't forget our previews are out there right now. First Strike from the guys under the video tab, and VB MMA Picks sponsored by SX.bet is under the live tab. Get you ready for the UFC coverage. For the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. Have a great weekend.
Can't escape from the team, call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the